have you on, man.
Yeah.
So, what I wanted to ask you first was, what are you located in Florida, Orange County, or OC, California? Or, yeah, in California.
California.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Um, how old were you two, by the way?
Um, well, I'm 21. I mean, I guess I got started like a few years ago doing the Cinema 4D stuff, and I've been doing After Effects for like 7 or 8 years, which was like the first dive into like graphics for me.
Okay. What do you prefer, like your main program, Cinema 4D?
Right now, yeah. I mean, I guess it varies. It started out with a lot of After Effects, and then I started branching out into 3D, Cinema 4D, and then Octane Render. And now I'm getting a little bit into Substance Painter and like using that in my workflow as well. But for like the stuff I post on my Instagram, yeah, it's all Cinema 4D for the most part.
That's cool, man. Um, your stuff's pretty cool. Like I enjoy it. I like the one of the pieces you did with like the mechanic arm thing coming from the
Oh yeah, thank you.
and then so do you do videos too or what's that about?
Um,
Like
yeah, I mean, I used to make a lot of short films when I was in high school, and then I kind of I guess evolved a little bit, and I did some projection mapping pieces, and I have a YouTube channel, and some of some of my older videos are on there too. So I also did a bunch of YouTube tutorials for a while, and I still enjoy doing short films, and I want to keep doing them, and eventually maybe become like a director and work on my own film projects eventually.
through like digital or like outside of digital?
Um, both. I mean, I like shooting things with the camera, but I also I'm really interested in like animation as well. So
Okay.
maybe like a combination of both. I guess that's why I'm really into visual effects. I guess because it's a combination of those two things. I mean, that's my main gig is I'm a visual effects artist.
Okay. Um where do you see yourself in like 5 years doing this stuff? Or where would you like to be?
Um, I guess ILM would be the dream company to work for, Industrial Light and Magic, because I've always just wanted to work on movies, and like I grew up watching Star Wars, and those are the kind of films that I want to work on. That's what I aspire to get to.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool. It's crazy how much it's come to for like the like filmmaking like that. Because my brother is getting his bachelor's. He's going to Cal State right now, Long Beach.
Oh yeah, that's where I went.
Okay, yeah, he's just finishing his last semester and he for like filming and stuff. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but he wants to be a director and a writer and everything.
What's his name, if you don't mind me
His
asking?
name's Brandon Beck. He's older though. He's 27.
Okay. I mean, I still know a lot of the guys who went through there from a few years ago, so
Okay.
we might have some mutual friends in common. Wouldn't be surprised.
Um, where do you live at in Orange County?
Right now, I'm in Irvine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in Anaheim.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to do like a artist meetup type deal soon, but it's just in the process of finding artists that are local.
Sure.
But I was gonna so what I do pretty much is I try to do these battles where I find two artists, and usually right now all of them have used Cinema 4D and like Octane Max on or whatever. and then I give them like a time frame, and then I let them, or I pick a theme. Today was Cyber Circle. I'll post the two finished designs on my Instagram later, but you can kind of
Hmm.
see it. But I don't know if you'd be willing to kind of try that out, maybe. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like streaming. I have both of the artists stream,
Hmm.
and then I kind of have it open on my stream. But I'm working on a website right now to have the stream connected, so you guys don't really have to have an account, I guess. So it's just a process still.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to or kind of change because I work in the apparel industry and we do like 3D printing and 4D and stuff.
Hmm.
So I'm
On
trying to,
apparel,
yeah, and clothing, yeah.
how does that work?
It's ink sublimated. It's a print, so we print it out on an ink-based, the ink is based water, so it soaks into the paper, and then we use a heat transfer press, which is about 400 degrees, and we pre-cut and have a team design like your feel of like if you want fashion. We do like t-shirts, hoodies, leggings, all the way to like Assassin's Creed style hoodies
Uh
and
huh.
cloaks. And it goes through a printer or a press, and then the ink soaks into the apparel, like the fabric. And then we sew it up in house, and then we ship it out. So I'm trying to do is get artists, because I know it's kind of hard for artists to make a little bit of money, like especially coming up. So what I want to try to do is create this website where we do these competitions and I promote it, and then we sell the designs on the shirts, and then the profit would go to the artist and the manufacturer.
Cool. That sounds like a cool idea.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Into the AM by chance?
No, I have not.
They're in. Do you like go to any rave show? I saw that you went to like a Dead Mouse show or something.
Yeah, I went to the one he just did. Where's the drop? With when he had the orchestra play his music.
Oh, that's cool. How was that?
It was pretty cool actually. I really enjoyed it because like I know all of his music, so I recognized all the songs. But it was funny because like half the people were dressed nicely for like an orchestra, and like the other half were like wearing the mouse ears and like what you would expect at a rave. So it was like I think some people weren't expecting it to be like uh like an orchestra, but I enjoyed it.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't even. I thought it was like just a tour he did, but it was something like more. It was different. Like they try to always be different every other time, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it was way different. It wasn't like a DJ set at all. Like he was on the side and he did some synthesizer, but it was mostly the orchestra.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I saw that you like Porter Robinson too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw him and Maddie on when they did the Shelter tour.
yeah. I didn't get, or I went to the 1 year before that, I think. And I saw him at the Shrine too. He's really good.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah, actually, the first time I saw him was um, like 2011 at a Beyond Wonderland. But yeah, that's how I kind of got into like the digital art stuff from like going to those shows.
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot of cool visuals at those shows nowadays.
Definitely. So how long so most of your stuff, do you just screenshot it from like a film you made, or is it like just a daily art render like usually artists do?
Yeah, it's usually just a daily art render. Like the stuff I post on my Instagram, I just make that scene specifically for a still frame. It's usually not from an animation,
Okay.
but I I did a short film called Journey of an Asteroid, and I did post a lot of screenshots of that on my Instagram. And that was like a three and a half minute short film. just about like a group of asteroids traveling through the solar system and then crashing into the Earth.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I'll probably check it out. Where could you find that at?
It's on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/VFXFTW.
Sorry, what was it? YouTube slash.
VFXFTW. It was on and off for almost a year. And like I thought it was gonna be like 5 weeks when I first started it. It was just gonna be like a short little project, but then it just kind of snowballed, and like I wanted to do more and more, and it just turned into this whole like big thing that took a year. And it was just me doing all the visual effects, so I would just kind of work on it at night or on the weekends whenever I got a chance in between work, which is why it took so long.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Where are you working right now? Are you working for a studio or something, or?
Kind of, yeah. I'm mostly a freelancer, but I mostly work for Western Digital right now, and I also did some work recently for another studio called Wicked Liquid, and that's where I did some Nickelodeon shows as well as some compositing on Netflix, The Ranch.
Oh wow,
But yeah, mostly just freelancing. I'm also working on a music video right now for a band, just doing visual effects.
okay. So do you get, like, how do you find your clients to do the work?
From all over. So like YouTube, Instagram. The band that I'm working with right now actually found me on Instagram, which was kind of cool. And I do like the paid promotions sometimes on Instagram, and that actually helps reach new people. But yeah, just networking with people, and some people that I went to school with at Cal State Long Beach, actually, I've gotten work from them, you know. So it's just like your friends and your network.
For your end goal then, and for your career would be to possibly open your own, or do you
I guess ideally I would want to do my own thing as an artist. You know, it's always more fun to have full control over what you're making and just do whatever you want as an artist. But realistically, you know, I could see myself working for a company like ILM. That would also be a dream job. But yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, I guess I'd just be doing my own thing.
This short film's really good, man.
Oh, thanks.
Do you have any projects you're working on right now, possibly, that you could like talk about?
So right now, I'm just doing my own, you know, those like weekly, daily renders, as well as the music video that I mentioned. I can talk about that. So it's for a band called Cosmos and Creature, and they're releasing a single later this month, and so I'm working on the music video to go along with that. And yeah, it's like some cool. I guess I don't know how much I can give away about it, but there's a scene with a wolf, and there's some cool like CGI vines growing around actors and cool stuff happening.
Okay. And you obviously get paid for that, right?
Yeah, it is paid.
Do they pay you to deposit, or how does that work as like an artist?
It's you know I'll send them an invoice, and then they'll pay me that way.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so what I wanted to see if you were possibly interested in working with me to do like apparel a little bit. Like just to see if you were down, like do a competition since you did an interview, maybe down the line, and then we could just, because I'm waiting to get a few more artists just so I could have like enough stuff on my website to sell and like have quality stuff, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I mean, if you were interested down the line, we could just talk more and stuff, and I could help promote your work too to help you get some business for your personal stuff. You know,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you
that
want to
sounds
check
cool.
it out, I'll link it in Discord. That's the company that we mainly manufacture for, but that's the
Okay.
kind of stuff they do. So you could kind of see that it does have a lot of digital or like visually stuff in it. You know,
Nice.
it's pretty big in the rave scene actually. That is
Okay.
like the main rave brand is Into the AM. Like all those space jackets you see at festivals, this is where it's from.
Sure. That's cool.
So what I was kind of trying to do is have my brand for like the competition and like interviews and kind of just help the community grow a little bit more. Because I feel like in 10 years or so that the programs are going to be so easy to use that like anyone can jump on and just like design something cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can. It's already like happening. Like 10 years ago, these programs were so like technically minded. Like they were designed by engineers for engineers, basically like programmers. And if you're just like an artist like me or like a lot of the Cinema 4D guys, it's like you don't want to like jump in and just like start learning all this technical mumbo jumbo. It's like, no, you want to jump in and like you want to just start creating things, and like it's already going that way, and definitely 10 years from now it's only going to get better and better.
Definitely. Do you think you're going to be in that, like just stick with this? This is like your passion, right?
Yeah, I mean, in some form or another, it always evolves for me. Like yeah, I used to do music and like I do filmmaking, and now I do this. So like in some form or another, I'll always be involved in digital arts, and because I love like what can be done with technology and sort of like being on the cutting edge of like innovation and creativity. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm definitely passionate about this, but like 5 years from now, it could be something different.
Okay. Have you ever, because I use like Adobe Illustrator because I would make logos and stuff for like brands for apparel. Because I've been in the apparel industry for a while, so
Mhm.
I feel like I just like connecting with artists and like just trying to, you know, talk about it. Because I don't know Cinema 4D or any of these things. Like I haven't used even the program,
Sure.
so I'm kind of just like at a stand, or I feel like I've been the type of people to help people, so that's why I want to like create something new. Because I mean, if people start jumping on the wagon to create designs and stuff, and it's easy to use, you know, might as well have like a competition, or like
Sure.
kind of like esports is blowing up and stuff. So I'm just that's my vision of things for the scene. So
That's cool, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. What's the link in your Instagram? The scene production tips.
Oh yeah. That was an interview I did with 80 level, and it was the robot arm one. I just talked about like my whole workflow from uh, Cinema 4D, modeling it into texturing it in Substance Painter, and then bringing it back in and rendering it with Octane, etc.
Okay, so this was on. It was an interview by, or this is a site that interviews people, then kind of.
Yeah, they just talk to artists and sort of like ask them to provide breakdowns of their work, and then they'll post it on their website as an article.
Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, well, I have to take off because I'm gonna upload this, and then we'll talk more though about like the competition or the battle type thing. Because I'm just trying to network and get all these artists down. You know, it's just a lot of work.
Sure, sure.
So just give me some time, but I'll probably message you tomorrow about a time and date. Do you have Twitch and stuff too, or no?
No, I don't really use it.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll talk more and then see if you're down. I'll find another person, but I wanted to have a meetup next month here at Esports Arena too, but we'll just talk more and you know.
Yeah,
So yeah.
sounds good, man.
All right, thanks Ryan. It was a pleasure meeting you, bud.
Yeah, it's a pleasure meeting you too.
All right, see you, man.
See ya.